Hello and welcome back to another rebuild, and you've guessed it by the look on the page. It's Manchester United, the team I support, and I think it's about time I decided to do a rebuild on this team. Now, we are using a updated transfer listing from the FMscout.com website. I think it's by Notorious. It's all transfers up to and including the 2nd of September. So I doubt very much we're going to be doing any more transfer business in this particular window early doors. We'll probably wait until the following season now, as the window has shut and there has been no additional signings. However, we have got a fair bit of money to play with, but we are not going to be using that. So we're going to be jumping straight into the first season simulation. First, we'll go through the team, see what players we've got, and we'll come back when we've adjusted everything, and we'll show you what team we're going with. And then we'll start simming the first season. Starting from the very top, then we got Heaton. Henderson's out on loan. Dubravka's come in on loan, which is really weird, to be perfectly honest. They should have just sold Henderson, to be fair. Although Dubravka's worth a lot more. De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Jones, Maguire. He's on holiday. He's still captain, so I'm going to strip him off that captaincy straight away. Twanzebe, Eric Bailey, he's on loan. Varane, Lindelof, McTominay, Martinez, Telles. So Lisandro Martinez is in. He's one of our signings for this season. Luke Shaw, Tyrell Malacia, he's in, and I think he's going to be starting ahead of Luke Shaw, especially with the way United have been playing of late. Delo, we've got Casemiro, our new signing as well. He's in. Fred, Anthony as well, another new signing. He's going to jump straight in. Donny van der Beek. We've got Bruno. Ericsson as well, a new signing. Sancho. Amad Diallo, who's out on loan. Ronaldo. To be fair, I would probably start ahead of anybody else up top, but that's just my opinion. We have got Martial as well. Rashford, Elanga, and Martial. It's a pretty decent side, so let's have a quick look at the tactics, see what we are going to be playing with. I prefer to use the 4-2-3-1 formation, which I think control, tiki-taka, dominate possession, relentless pressing, patiently waiting for it. That's exactly what we want to be doing. So let's jump into that one. I don't want to add DLP. I mean, I know Casemiro can play there. I mean, do we have that one in the middle and then one up top? Possibly. We'll see. Or do we go that formation instead? Quite a lot to pick from. So what we're going to start off this rebuild then, we're going to start playing this formation. We're going to drop Casemiro back to a DLP. He's going to carry the ball from the defence into Ericsson or Van der Beek. We've got Bruno in the centre possibly, or Ericsson can play there. Well, they can even swap roles. It doesn't really matter. Anthony's going to start off. Casemiro's going to start. So our new signings are starting off straight off the bat this season, and we'll see how it goes. Majority of the other positions should be able to pick themselves. So before we play any friendlies or anything like that, we are predicted to finish in 4th position, 10-1 to win the league. It's worth noting as well, our staffing isn't that bad. We've got an awful lot of recruitment staff, which seems to be top notch. Not so bad in the medicals. And our coaching, really, I think we could improve slightly more. We've got a couple of more places there. But that's not a very bad start, to say the least. Normally, we don't have hardly anybody here, but there seems to be an awful lot of people here, so that's kind of nice. Going on into the results then, we haven't conceded a goal apart from Milan game. The friendlies went pretty well. Bayern Munich, we drew 0-0. We beat Derby. Forest Green beat Milan, conceding 2 goals, mind. And then Augsburg we win. Then we start our league campaign, which we beat Arsenal 2-0. Brighton we win 3-0 with Ronaldo scoring a brace and Ericsson with the other one. And then in the last game against Crystal Palace we win 1-0. That does see us second in the table currently. 3 from 3, which is very, very nice indeed, especially with these set of lads that we have just brought in, and we're making sure they're playing every game if at all possible. Man City, as you would expect, at the top of the table. Liverpool down in 6th, although they're 3 points behind. We've drawn Real Hispalis, Rennes and Ammonia. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not quite sure who they are actually, to be put. Cyprus, really? That's wow. That's amazing. Wow. Okay, they got £3.5 million in the bank. That's even better. I would expect us to get out of that group stage, and we've drawn Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. The season preview, bearing in mind we haven't made any transfers or anything like that. Well, although we have lost one player, we have got rid of one player that they haven't managed to do this season, and we'll have a look at that in just a second. But we are predicted to finish 4th again, but our rating's gone down a little bit. So we were at 10-1, now we're 11-1. We've managed to get rid of Phil Jones. He's gone to Vigo, and they paid 3.4 million. Thank you very much. I know we paid 20 million for him, but that was years and years and years and years and years and years ago. We've got rid of Phil Jones for everybody. That is fantastic. That's one off the list. There'll be quite a few coming next season that we will be offloading. As you can see, he's just hardly played. So without any further ado, let's simulate our first season and let's see how we get on. Well, season 1 is over, and we finished a credible 3rd. That's not bad in the first season. It's something to look forward to if we remain keeping these players that we have got. We just got to get rid of some more deadwood, that is, and bring in some more quality players. I don't think I would have expected anything more than 3rd place, but it's a nice surprise though. We're only 7 points behind Liverpool and a further 4 behind Man City, who go on to win the league quite convincingly in the end. Leading goal scorers, Cristiano Ronaldo gets 2nd Golden Boot behind Salah. Just 1 goal in it in the end, but there's no Erling Haaland. He is 1st in average ratings, but he's not on the top goal scorer. So let's just have a quick look where he is. Haaland, there he is. 19 goals in 26 appearances. Okay, so that's not too bad actually, is it? If he played a bit more, he might have scored a bit more quite easily there, I think. Looking down some of the scores, we have a bright start. We did beat Man City though in September. So we start off great, 6 wins on the bounce here in the league. A draw with Liverpool, a win against Chelsea, and then we lose our first game away at Leeds, surprisingly. Beat Newcastle 5-0, amazing. 8-1 against Forest. That's, wow. Anthony, Ronaldo, Bruno, Rashford, Van der Beek even scoring as well. That is phenomenal. Then we lose to Everton, Tottenham, 4-0 against Leicester there. Chelsea, another win there. Liverpool, a 0-0. Newcastle, Leeds, we get the better of them in the second time round. Arsenal 3-0. I mean, the games that we have lost are games that you would expect us to win. Like right at the end of the season, where we lose to City, Fulham and Wolves, with a 5-1 smashing of Crystal Palace in between them as well. The FA Cup, though, which is what you are watching now, we win this 3-1 and against Man City as well. The Manchester derby in the FA Cup final, and Ronaldo there just dinking it over the goalkeeper in the 26th minute there. But Man City do get back on level terms, I think, just before the hour. So 1-1. Unfortunate, but we do run away with it towards the end. Our energy levels must be through the roof at this point. Martial going through, and what a finish there by Martial, keeping his composure. Well played, sir, in the 80th minute, and then we get a 3rd and final goal about a minute or so later, actually. Malacia down that left-hand side. Rashford's actually gone down, but the ball in, and Ronaldo just smashes it in that corner of that netting. I mean, right into the roof. The goalkeeper, no chance, and as you can see, 15 shots to their 6. We were very, very impressive. But along the way, we beat Newcastle 2-1, Accrington 5-2, Forest 3-2 after extra time, with Sheffield Wednesday 4-1 and QPR 1-0. The Carabao Cup, we do lose to Liverpool in that 3rd round. I did say we were going to lose that one, and we did, quite convincingly actually. 5 shots to Liverpool's 25. Not a classic game by any stretch of the imagination. We do get to the final in Europe once again, and once again we finish up runners-up. What a finish that is from Hudson-Odoi. Wow. Just left our players stranded there, just looking in awe. But Leverkusen just literally went on the rampage. Another good finish as well. A little bit of a pinball in the box. And there's suspicions of offside or an handball not given, and then one late on Hudson-Odoi again, running straight through. Actually, he's shook off a few challenges, pass into the middle, And it's Sardar just smashing it in. No answer in Europe at all. We get to a final, though. We do have an unbeaten run all the way to the final, apart from the Arsenal game in the quarter-finals, where it was close. 2-1 overall, and then Chelsea 1-0. Rashford getting the winner there. But before that, Shakhtar in the second knockout round, 4-1. And then the league, we beat Hispalis, Rennes, and Monoia. We must have finished top of that group. 6 from 6, 3 goals conceded, 20 goals scored. That's quite convincing. Quick look at the squad then. It seems very depleted, actually, the squad. But if we have a look, Ronaldo still doing it at 37 years old. He's still got another year on his contract. We might actually hang on to him for another season if we can. He's worth £20 million. Unless we can get somebody young in, I think Ronaldo will just keep going. I think 40 goals in 55 games, 4 assists. Bruno close behind him, the 2 Portuguese stars, 19 goals, 18 assists. Rashford, 17 goals, 11 assists. Anthony on his debut season, 11 goals, 12 assists. Sancho, 12 assists with 7 goals. Martial, Eriksen, 5 and 15. I mean, it is superb performance. We wanted to have a look at Maguire. Maguire did play a few games. 37 on a sub, though. I think he'll be one player we will be looking to move on for sure. And possibly Lindelof as well. They're just not going. I mean, they're quite happy to sit on the bench, I'm guessing. Maguire, just out of interest, he's on 190 grand a week. Yeah, we're not going to be paying that anymore. David De Gea. How many clean sheets? 23 clean sheets. He only conceded 22 goals. That is amazing. I mean, 31 overall in 50, 29 conceded. 31 clean sheets. Finances they're going to be given. So we had about £80 million that we didn't spend last season. And they've reduced it to £60 million. We're in the Champions League. And they're not giving us an awful lot. Can we make a board request for some money? Well, we're going to increase next season's because we've got £270 million in the bank. We want to be able to use that. So we will have to sell in order to bring more players in, I think. So let's go ahead and do that. And we'll be back just before we start the simulation. Right, our first signing then. It's Yuramin Timber. He didn't come to Ten Hag's team this time in real life. But we have got him this time in the game. He's going to come and play with us for right back at the moment, up until Varane isn't good enough, which isn't going to be a while, I don't think. And to team him up with Martinez at the centre-back options will be absolutely superb. But he's going to join us alongside Anthony and Martinez, players he's played with. And to be fair, what a buy. He did cost a fair bit of money. £72 million it's cost us. And he's played 4 games for us already. And he's playing reasonably well already. Worth £130 million already. I mean, I doubt very much he'll go for that. But we'll see. But I think he'll probably want to leave if he's carry on playing at right back. Because he did specify he did want to play at centre back. But I know we are struggling. I know we've only got Delo at right back. Wan-Bissaka maybe. But yeah, I think we needed some more quality. And people who know the system and can play the game. Also, we bring in Frank Kessie. Probably not a player that they might have gone for, which I think they should have gone for. We tried to get Tuchemini, and he went to, I think it was Real Madrid. They offered him £500,000 a week. A lot of money spent on this one. £75 million, rising up to 85 from Barcelona. They need the money, obviously. Did they get him on a free? Again, something feels very amiss here. Milan had him, and did they just hand him over to Barcelona? Bit weird. He's just had the one game for us, so there's time. But with him, we've got Eriksen, we've got Casemiro, we've got Daniel van der Beek as well in the midfield. It's going to be a free-for-all in that section. I mean, he could play either or. So it'd be quite interesting to see who battles it out with the best. So out the door... we managed to sell quite a few players. Harry Maguire's gone to Real Madrid. Yeah, you know, Real Madrid for £28 million. Goodbye, Harry. Wan-Bissaka, he went as well for £27 million. He's gone to Atletico. Eric Bailly, he's gone to Sevilla for 10. Tellez has gone to Villarreal for 7.5. Twanzibi's gone. Fred's gone. And a couple of other players out on loan. Palestri, Mengi, and Galbraith as well. But Harry Maguire, let's just out of interest, how well is he doing? I mean, he doesn't look that bad at 29 years old. I expect 190 grand a week though. Wow. Okay. Has he played? No. Again, I have a lot of biased positions where I want people playing in. Tim, the back four, that's how I see the back four currently. Pre-season and the start of the season has gone very, very well. I can't complain at all. It's just win after win after win after win. Nothing of note really in the pre-season. We did have a testimonial with Atletico Madrid. Not sure who that was for, actually, to be honest. It doesn't really say, but we win that 4-0. We did play Man City. We won the Charity Shield 3-2. We did play PSG. We won that 3-0. I mean, it's amazing, actually, to be fair. Then we start the league campaign. Tottenham, Chelsea, Brentford and Southampton all fall to the sword, which leaves us third in the table, maximum points together with Man City and Liverpool. We have drawn Napoli, Leverkusen, who beat us in the Europa League last season in the final, and then Partizan. We've got Everton in the next round of the Carabao, and there's confirmation of the English Community Shield as winners. Season preview, we're still in fourth position behind Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool, 12-1. So hopefully we'll break into that top three eventually if we carry on doing what we are doing. And if we keep chipping away and bringing quality players in, it'll be a walk in the park. And as you can see, Kessie and Timber, we outspent everybody else here in the division, although Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid have bought a few players. Oh, from ourselves, actually. That's probably where it's all funded. So Richarlison's gone to PSG. Arsenal pick up Renato Sanchez. And so the Spanish teams are doing it already. Tottenham picked up a few players from LA Galaxy and PSG. But that is about it. So let's move on to Season 2. Let's simulate and we'll come back for the results. We finished fourth, only on goal difference, though. We could have finished third like last season. We lost quite considerably on goal difference, unfortunately, to Arsenal of all teams. Man City and Liverpool are the champions at this time round. Only 7 points off winning the league, though, so it's not too bad. It's better than last season. But we do finish ahead of Leeds, Chelsea, Wolves. Tottenham finish in 9th position with Cristiano Ronaldo, our top goal scorer in our team, with Haaland netting 39 in the league. And they still finish second. Wow. Once more, we have a very good start to the season, losing our first game right at the end of October to Leeds. 3-1 after beating Blackburn 5-0 the game before. Man City will win 3-2, so that's a nice result there in the league. Beat Liverpool 1-0 after losing to West Ham. It just doesn't make sense. Varane on the 22nd minute. Fulham we beat. Also there's Wolves. Arsenal will lose 1-0. And then we take a spanking against Man City 5-0 at their ground. That's that kind of hurts a little bit, I feel. Liverpool we lose to. Chelsea we lose to. Arsenal. We're losing to the top teams, aren't we, really? It's no surprise we finished where we did. We did finish strongly towards the end of the season, though. The FA Cup, we only reached the 5th round, losing at home to Liverpool. Mo Salah with a goal on the 83rd minute. So that hurts even more, I feel. So we lost our grip on the trophy. Liverpool becoming the eventual winners 1-0 against Fulham. The Carabao Cup, we get to the final and we lose that one as well. 2-2 penalties. And it was Eriksen and Rashford missing the all-important penalties after Anthony gave us a 3rd-minute lead before Lukaku equalising a minute later. And then Sterling scoring and then Ronaldo scoring just before half-time. Disappointing considering we were on top of this game. 25 shots to their 11 though. But yeah, a final and a loss. The Champions League, we progressed to the next stage after coming top of the group. Losing the one game against Bayern Leverkusen, but smashing Partizan 7-0 at home. Did we draw with them away? Wow. Napoli winning twice and Partizan 3-3 away from home after smashing them 7-0. We played Slavia Prague in the first knockout round, winning that 5-1 overall. And Chelsea, it's no surprise they got their own back on the Carabao Cup. We beat them 6-4 on aggregate on the second in the quarter-final. And then we get to the semi-final and we play Bayern Munich and we get beat on penalties again. Another game that we lose out on penalties. This time Kessie missing the all-important one. The Champions League final is between Liverpool and Bayern Munich. Not been played yet, so I think that's the following day, in fact. Looking at the squad then, goals. Ronaldo once again nearly getting 40 goals. This time 39 with 4 assists. Anthony does particularly well with 18 goals, 10 assists. Bruno, 12 and 13. Sancho, fantastic, 12 goals and 20 assists. Rashford, 11 and 8. Eriksen, 10 and 18. Not bad at all. Varane, 6 goals. Brilliant. Even Lindelof got a few games as well. Martial, 3 goals in his coming on as sub. Martinez with 3 goals as well. Van der Beek with a goal and an assist. Luke Shaw, goal and 2 assists. Right, let's have a look at the assists then. So apart from Sancho, Eriksen, Bruno, Anthony, Malacia with 9 assists. That's pretty decent as well. But it doesn't feel like he's progressing that well. Same with Anthony, actually. That's quite disappointing. Timber as well, looking really good. Casemiro. De Gea played 50 games. Did Henderson? 9 games. So the question is, who got the most clean sheets? 12, not as many this time round. He did concede 40 goals, though. Very disappointing. Henderson in his 9 games. How did he do? 1 game, 1 clean sheet. Finances, they're going to be giving us 1. Where's all our money gone? I don't think our sponsorship money has come in yet, I don't think. I mean, there is a lot of money here. But £103 million to go out and spend. I do feel we probably need another left back, another midfielder, and I'm guessing we are going to have to go for another striker at some point. 2 to 3 players, I'm reckoning this window. Right, let's get a spending, and we'll come back when the window's finished. We start off with one of our 2 signings. Sergino Dest, he comes in as a left or right back, mainly as a backup. To be perfectly honest, when we scouted and picked him up, he looked a lot better than this, from what I remember. And then I don't know what's gone off here, but we pay Barcelona £30 million. 6.2, 3 games for us so far. We need a backup on left and right back. Malacia, he's not progressing as well as I would like. And we can't keep Timber on the right back. And Delo, he's decided he wanted to leave. So we're in the process of letting him go. So like I say, he comes in. He's reasonably quick. Physicals are quite good. Determination is quite nice. And technique and crossing and dribbling looks pretty good as well. So he can race up and down them lines if need be. And then we go and pick up Victor Osimhen. We were after another striker. Ronaldo, I think he's either going to retire or we tried to give him another extended contract. He only wanted a non-playing position. He wanted to go and coach the under 18s apparently. So whether or not he'll move on at the end of the season or we offer him a new position is yet to be seen. But we had to bring in another striker anyway, just in case. United were chasing him at one point. Doubt very much they'll get him for much cheaper. £100 million it's costing us. It's quite a lot of money. Majority of our budget, we did have to wheel and deal a little bit. And we do say goodbye to 2 players in order to fund this particular transfer. But 6 goals in 3 games, I'm not going to grumble at all. Do a quick comparison between him and Ronaldo. Ronaldo in the orange, he's not as fast or physical as he once was, but he's still pretty good in the attacking wise, aerially and mentally. So they're both going to cancel each other out. But Ronaldo 3 goals in 3 games, Victor 6 goals in 3 games. I mean assist wise for Ronaldo, doesn't look like Victor's going to assist. So we'll see what happens there. But it'll be quite a good contest up front. And inevitably, we are waiting for Ronaldo to step down. So £115 million spent, mainly because of them 2 players. Everybody else is on a free for the youngsters. And Anthony Elanga's gone to Dortmund for £20 million. That was a shock. He went in the end of the last season. And we also say goodbye to Delo as well. Hence why we brought Dest in. So if Timper's not playing there, Dest can if need be. But £10.5 million for Delo, which isn't too bad. Tactically, we're just going to push up the DM into the midfielder role, so we're going to have more of attacking presence now, I think. And we're going to leave everything blank De Gea is in his last year of his contract. He didn't want to renew, so we'll try and renew him before we simulate, but I don't think it's going to happen. So again, we'll have to wait and see what happens next time round. And we're going to leave it for everybody else to fight for their positions. We brought in Hannibal and we brought in Garnacho, I think it was. Hannibal's there. And Diallo, Diallo and Hannibal, they've been brought into the side as well as backup. So it's going to be quite an interesting season. So far, it's gone pretty well. We did have a good pre-season. And then the season started with Fulham and Arsenal with wins there. And then a surprise draw against Wolves, 2-2. In them friendlies, we beat Bayern and we beat Juventus. So things aren't looking too bad. And we did beat Arsenal as well. Victor scoring in all the games apart from the last one. So if he scored in the last one, we might have won it. So that does leave us 4th in the league. We're not 100%, but we're in with a shout. Southampton are above us. Liverpool and Man City above us on top. I mean, Liverpool are just scoring for fun at the moment. We have picked up Real Madrid, Leipzig and Lyon in the Champions League. We've drawn Arsenal in the Carabao. We're not destined to win that competition at all, I don't think. And we are now moved into 11-1 to win the league behind City, Liverpool and Chelsea. It's going to be tough to break that top 3. But we're in the Champions League. Chelsea are not. So there's a thing. Again, we topped the transfer charts with Osimhen. But Real Madrid take off Tielemans for £76 million. Wow. Tottenham buy Illich from Verona for 63. Newcastle spend 57 million. And Wolves pick up Diop from Fulham for 35. Wow, okay. So without any further ado, let's go and simulate Season 3. We'll come back and we'll have a look at the results. Season 3 ends and we just scrape winning the league. What a phenomenal turnaround this has been. Predicted to finish 4th in the past few seasons. We've finished 3rd and 4th. And now we've finished top and only just on goal difference. We scored 97 goals this season. Victor Osimhen, his 35 goals, still not enough to get your leading goal scorer in the division. Erling Haaland gets that mantle with 48 goals this season. Man City scored 95 in total and finished 4th, 12 points behind ourselves. That's phenomenal. See how we fare in all the competition. So the league, first off, we get our first loss against Brighton, 2-1. But we do beat Chelsea 6-3 with goals from Osimhen with a brace, Ronaldo with a brace, and Diallo. Amad Diallo played. Wow, well done him. And Kovacic and Lukaku for Chelsea. But Luke Shaw playing and scores an own goal. Wonderful. We go on to beat Man City, Leicester. Then we lose to Everton and Aston Villa. Any big scores in there? Liverpool we beat 2-1, which is nice. Tottenham we draw with 5-3 against Man City. That must have been a great game as well. Everton 4-0, 5-2 against Arsenal. Victor Osimhen with 4 goals in that game. Liverpool 4-2 winners in that one as well. We're doing quite well against Liverpool and against the top teams actually this time round. Forest 6-0 and then Wolves. Chelsea we lose and then beating Brighton right at the end to get us over the line. The FA Cup, we don't even get past the 3rd round, losing to Brighton. Brighton seems to be the bogey team at the minute, even though we had 20 shots on goal and we had a pretty damn good side as well. The Carabao Cup, we get a little bit further. We get to the quarterfinals and we lose on penalties again. The penalties that seem to be a handicap for us at the moment, and Hannibal missing the important one. So the Champions League, we finished top of the group once again, losing 2 games. Real Madrid and Leipzig both away from home, but that does mean we did beat them at home then. Leipzig we win 4-1. Lyon we beat 4-0, 2-0, and we beat Real Madrid 3-1 at home. Scoring 15 goals, conceding 6. That's pretty good. We're level on points with Real Madrid in the end. First knockout round, we beat Benfica 9-2. On aggregate. Wow, that's something, that is. The quarters, we beat Sevilla 3-1 after a 1-1 draw away from home. Ronaldo getting a 97th minute penalty. And then we play Bayern Munich, who we do play in the friendlies and kind of smash them. We can't do it. And yet again, we lose on penalties after a 2-2 draw. Ericsson gets us back on level terms. And who misses the penalty? And it's Ericsson, unfortunately, that misses the penalty. Wow. It's disappointing that we can beat him in the friendlies, but we can't beat him when it really matters. So we get as far as the semi-finals, being knocked out in the end. So the Champions League won by Liverpool against Bayern as well. 3-1. Let's have a look at who scored the goals. So look at this. Victor takes over from Ronaldo up top with 39 goals this season in 43 games. Well, 43 starts, 4 assists. Ronaldo, on the other hand, 29 goals, 14 assists. And I think he is retiring at this season at 39 years old. He's not going on any further. We're going to see if we can sign him up to be one of our coaches. I think that will be the next best thing. Rashford, 13 goals, 9 assists. 10 goals for Bruno with 20 assists. Sancho, 7 goals. Even McTominay got 5 goals from somewhere. Kessie, 5 goals. Timber, 3 goals, 7 assists. Hannibal, he played a start, but he scores 2 goals, which is Diallo as well. 2 goals in his 1 start. Van der Beek gets a few starts. Although Diallo and Van der Beek are looking very poor at the minute, which I'm disappointed with. Malacia, 3 starts, 14 as subs. So that means Luke Shaw maybe. Dest, how did he do? 35 games, 7 assists. Shaw played majority of the games. I'm not sure what we're going to do with Shaw. Maybe offload him and let Malacia play, because I kind of like him there. Dean Henderson. So the battle of the goalkeepers once again. Then let's have a quick look. 2 games, 1 clean sheet. And De Gea, he got conceded 37, 13 clean sheets. It's not as good as that first season though, is it? So top of the assists then, Bruno, Ronaldo and Sancho. So we won't have Ronaldo next season. Rashford, Ericsson. It's a lot more through the whole team, but even so, we win the league, which is absolutely amazing. Finances, what they're giving us, it's just £60 million this season. Hopefully that might go up. It doesn't seem an awful lot, does it? Do we need a winger? Do we need a backup for Victor? Although we have got Rashford, we have got Martial. If Martial goes, we may have to bring somebody else in. We're going to have to think long and hard who we're going to have to bring in. Right, okay, let's spend some of this money. We'll come back when we've made a few changes. Right, the first of our 2 signings then, Eric Garcia comes to Old Trafford. We needed a backup centre-back to Martinez, to Timber, to Varane. I think Garcia is a perfect fit into this team. Quite expensive though for a backup, £54 million I think it was in total. He's played 2 games already from Barcelona. We're just giving them a helping hand with £50 million. And then a player that has eluded Manchester United for a while. Dortmund not letting him go. I doubt very much they'll get him eventually. It'd be nice to see what he can do in the United side. So we bring him in. Quite expensive. We blew all our budget on this fella. And £110 million in total. 2 goals in 3 games for us already. So I'm quite happy with that. But look at them stats. They look absolutely phenomenal. And I think he's a player that I think United should be typically going for. He'll have to wrestle the position from Ericsson or Kessie or Casemiro. He'll have to make that position his own. We do say goodbye, however, to Luke Shaw, Martial, and also, I think there's some of the back end of last season. Lindelof has gone and Van der Beek has gone as well. He's gone to Brentford, actually. Tactically, we're lining up like this again. Jude Bellingham is going to be the only sole starter. I want to see him play every game if we can. Incidentally, Ronaldo has retired from the game, but we are trying to get him in on staff. Whether or not he'll accept is another matter, but pre-season has gone phenomenal. We haven't conceded a goal apart from the first game where we conceded 2 big wins in there. Man City will be in the Charity Shield, so that's another trophy. Osman getting the winner in that one. Liverpool, Varane gets the winner in that one, in the first game of the season. Then we beat Burnley, and then we beat Stoke 8-0 with a lot of players scoring goals. That does leave us pretty on top of the table. 3 from 3 alongside Villa and West Ham. Arsenal close behind with Chelsea. Man City align 8th with Liverpool 9th. And Tottenham line in 12th position. We've drawn Napoli, Salzburg and Wolfsburg in the Champions League. And also we've got Wolves in the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. And as a bonus, we are predicted to finish 3rd. 11-2 to win the league. And after last season's win, I think we can go ahead and do this. We've only got Bruno now in the Dream 11, so we are getting some players in here now. We need to see Bellingham, we need to see Varane, even Timber, or even Rashford, or Osman as well. I'm quite surprised Lukaku's there, though, to be perfectly honest. Some big spenders as well. You can see Jude Bellingham there. Liverpool spend big on Daka from Leicester. Chelsea spend big on Solar as well from PSG. And Bayern Munich take Billy Gilmour from Brighton for £67 million. Wow. Right, going into the 4th season then. Let's simulate it and we'll come back and have a look at the results when we're done. Right, 4th season is over and we finished 4th. I expected to be a little bit higher than that, and we only got pipped to 3rd from Arsenal by 2 points. We are 9 points off Man City, who go on and win the league, and we only lost 5 games. That's to Villa, Liverpool, Bournemouth, City and Wolves. So we didn't lose to anybody twice, and just 1 home loss in that, and that's to Liverpool. So that's disappointing. Eriksen, however, most assists in the league and most chances created as well. So that's brilliant. Haaland, we don't get a top goal scorer in there though, despite scoring 90 goals. So that must have been through the whole team then. But Haaland, 33 goals. Not as many as last time though. Harry Kane, 21. And Lukaku somehow is still scoring goals. The results, we were unbeaten right up until we played Wolves Boxing Day. Other than that, we had a pretty good run though. Arsenal 1-1, Spurs 1-1, City we draw 1-1. Chelsea we've smashed 5-1. Osman getting the hat-trick in that game. 9-0 against Fulham. Oh my word. Eriksen with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals. Did Osman not play? I don't think he played actually. Having a rest. But we do lose, get smashed 4-0 by Man City though. 4-0 later on. Actually, it's not a bad season at all, is it really? Some really, really big scores in there. Chelsea will win 3-1 on the last day of the season. Excellent. That's not a bad run of games. I do like being unbeaten though, it has to be said. After beating Mansfield in the 3rd round, we lose 2-1 at home to City. With a late goal from Anthony, but De Bruyne and Haaland seeing City through, despite really being outmatched, really, to be fair. That's disappointing to lose at home. We do, however, win the Carabao Cup. We beat Leicester in the final 1-0 with a Kessie goal in the 92nd minute. Boom. Have it. We finally win this trophy. It's been long time coming, to be fair. We've been knocked out early stages or very close to the final, but finally we get a well-deserved trophy here as well. So another trophy to go with our Community Shield. 22 shots to Leicester's 6. I think we were quite dominant, although possession says otherwise. Along the way, we beat Wolves 3-1. Villa, we win on penalties, and I see the penalties go on our side for once. Brighton 6-3. Everton 4-2 over the 2 legs. And confirmation of the final there. Champions League, we finished 2nd in the group. We scraped through. I'm guessing we lost to Wolfsburg 4-3 and we didn't beat them. That's disappointing though, but we did beat Salzburg 7-1 and 3-1 with Napoli twice in the middle, and then drawing with Wolfsburg. They were 3-3 with Wolfsburg. Wow, 11 goals, 7 of them coming against Wolfsburg. The first knockout round, we get past Inter with a 1-0 away win, with Osman scoring in the 42nd minute to give us that 2-1 win on aggregate. Next round, here we come. We play Liverpool. The teams get harder and harder. 4-3 on aggregate. We win 3-2 on the night, despite Nunez scoring an 84th minute goal. I think it was went into extra time, did this game. Eriksen scoring in the 104th minute. But yeah, Nunez getting the game into extra time. Disappointing after being 2-0 up in this game as well. But it's nice to see us go through after taking that early lead. We play another English club, and it's Arsenal this time. We do draw at home 0-0, but the damage was done in the first leg. 3-1 away at Arsenal. We're into the final of the Champions League. And would you believe we played Man City in the final? Another English club, another Manchester derby. And it was Eriksen in the 57th minute with an absolute scorcher of a goal to see us lift this Champions League. So we've won it. To be honest, I don't mind finishing 4th in the table if it means we are going to win the Champions League. That is probably one of the hardest competitions to win, apart from the FA Cup as well, of course. But that's amazing. 3 cup trophies this season: the Charity Shield, the Carabao, and now the Champions League. The 3 C's is what we can call it. The 3 C's. Well done, lads. The squad, 36 goal Osman from 36, coming on a sub 7 times though. Rashford, 21 goals. Bruno, 16. Sancho, 16 goals and 12 assists. But look at Eriksen, 14 goals, 22 assists. That's amazing. Anthony, 8 and 3. Jude Bellingham in his first season back in England, 6 goals, 12 assists. Casemiro had to do 5 and 1. That's not too bad. Varane, 5 and 0. McTominay played a few games as well, obviously giving some of our players a rest. Kessie, 3 and 7. That's not too bad. Timber, 9 assists. Brilliant. Malacia, 3 assists. Not as great, though. Dest, he must have played at left back. He must have done. How did Martinez? He played 40 games, 3 goals and 6 assists. I mean, it's amazing, really, how many assists right through the whole team. It's only Varane, De Gea, McTominay and Henderson that didn't get any assists. So let's have a look at the goalkeeping situation once more. De Gea now at 34 years old. He is looking, I don't know if he's going to retire or not, but his contract does run out. How well did he do? 17 assists, so it's getting better, and he's conceded 28 goals. Dean Henderson, we may as well have a look in his 8 games. Well, 1 in the league, actually, and he conceded the 1 goal. Okay, 3 clean sheets. Okay, I think I know what we need to do next season. Finances, let's have a look and see what they're going to be giving us for this season. Wow, look at them figures. We've got £500 million in the bank, and we've got £276 million to spend. Going to have a little bit of fun here. We're going to see if we can prize Frankie de Jong to Old Trafford. And also we're going to see if we can bring in another goalkeeper as well. To be perfectly honest, I'm not really sure where else we need. We just need to get some top brass players in. Just before we go, I just want to have a look. See if... who are our owners? Because obviously, how come we got all that? February this year, in fact, new chairperson Robert Agintus takes over. He's a tycoon. We've got rid of the Glazers, finally. We've got to wait till 2025 for this to happen, though. No wonder there's lots of money involved. Right, let's go and spend this money. I'm looking forward to this. Right, with all that money, the first of our signings, Dominic Sloboszlai. I think, not 200% sure, so I do apologise well in advance. But I'm going to call him Dominic. Midfielder, we wanted somebody else in there. Eriksen's getting a little bit older. He's still class, mind, Eriksen, but we needed somebody younger and who's going to last a little bit longer as well. So Eriksen's done a fabulous job. He's still going to be around. Whether or not he'll end his days here at Old Trafford, we just don't know. But Dominic comes in, hopefully to replace him in the end. And he just looks absolutely phenomenal. We didn't spend a lot on him. £58 million. That's all it's cost. He's returned it with 2 goals in 3 games for us. Playing at a 7.53. He's just brilliant. From Leipzig as well. They make a fair bit of money on him. But these stats just look really, really nice. These attributes. Wow. Next up is Alphonso Davies. Well, we had the cash. Let's spend it. Again... He could play left back. Malacia's not progressed as well as I would have liked. He can still do a job for us, but he's just he's no Dest either, is he really? So Dest can probably play on the right hand side as Alphonso Davies comes in on the left. He's just another remarkable player. It's nice to go out and see these players and we can just go and snatch them at 24 years old as well. 425 grand a week though, mind, but it doesn't really matter if they bring in the money, and we've got the money because we have a tycoon now who's actually willing to put money into the into the transfer kitty at Man Utd. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing what happens next season, even though we're not doing another season. £110 million he's cost us from Bayern Munich. They weren't going to let him go, and they make one hell of a profit, £100 million plus on him. He's been in the Bundesliga for a while, and we bring him to the Premiership. And the piece de resistance is Matthias de Ligt. Wow, we wanted to try and get De Jong. De Jong was not... Man City put a ridiculous price on him, over £250 million. I'm not paying it. We wanted another centre-back. Varane is, like I say, he's getting older as well. So we've got a few aging players now, but they're still good. But I think De Ligt is just going to be either playing alongside Varane, or he's going to be playing alongside Martinez or Timber or Garcia even. So he's got a selection, but he looks absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to see what happens this season. We pay an incredible £128 million to Bayern Munich. Well, I think it's Bayern Munich we bought him from, because it looks like they just passed him over from Juventus. Something very peculiar is happening here, but either way, £128 million, one player of the match already. So £269 million has been sent. Some of the players coming for the youngsters as well. We do say goodbye to Varane. He goes for £30 million to Shakhtar. Malacia, he's gone to Nice, £10.5 million. And Scott McTominay. Yes, he did play a few games each season, but he was just happily ticking along. Tactically, Dominic's going to play alongside Bellingham. Davies is going to come in on the left-hand side. And De Ligt is going to be in defence. So everything else. And Osman, we're keeping him up front. We've got elite players in this team now. And we're looking very, very good indeed. We kick the season off with a trophy. And it's the Club World Championships with Diallo scoring the winner, would you believe? The youngster. And there's a bad back pass. He comes in right behind the defence after extra time. And we beat no other than Liverpool in the final. And look at these stats. XG 5 to 1.73. We've had 43 shots on the Liverpool goal. I'm surprised we didn't get any more goals than one. We bag ourselves another trophy. This time the Euro Super Cup, where we play Napoli. We win this 3-0. And that's our second trophy. And that's before the season has started. Rashford with the follow-up. A wonderful finish as we just carry on mauling teams with the players we've got. It looks absolutely fantastic. I just wish we had that sort of money in real life, where we just need a tycoon to come in and take over Man United, actually. And Sancho knitting the second goal. And then on the half hour, the game's done. The trophy's won. It's ours. Another trophy in the bag. And 20 shots against Napoli this time to their 10. XG nearly 3 against 1. We're looking good for this season. So as you can see, we've had almost a faultless campaign so far. Just that 1-1 draw with Bayern Munich. Played Auckland, PSG, Barcelona, where we win all on penalties. Fantastic. I love that. A couple of more friendlies where we smash teams. And then Watford, we start off with an 8-1 victory with Osman, Rashford, Eriksen and Dominic all scoring. Everton, we trounced 3-0 as well. Bellingham, Dominic again and Sancho. And Villa, we just smashed 4-1. That leaves us top of the table. Goal difference of 13. We haven't been able to say that in a long while. So 3 for 3. Same with Arsenal, actually. Liverpool down in 7th. Man City in 9th. Tottenham below them. And I feel like we're missing teams. Oh, Chelsea are there as well. The Champions League, we pick up Dortmund, Shakhtar and Lyon. Drawn Sheffield United in the Carabao Cup. Now, where will this leave us in the predictions? And we're predicted to finish winning the league. It's taken to season 5 and we're finally at the pinnacle. Let's win everything this season. And any of our players actually in here. Davis is in there. Bellingham, De Ligt. We've got some players in here now to challenge the rest. Right, okay, let's simulate season 5 and we'll be back with the final results. Right, from winning the first 2 trophies before the season kicked off, we go on and win the league. It was expected we were going to win the league and we have won the league. We've only lost 4 games in the whole season. That's absolutely phenomenal. 110 goals scored as well. That's brilliant. 14 goals against Watford. Wow. Victor Osimhen, leading goal scorer in the Premiership, ahead of Haaland. He also gets 3rd best player in the league. Anthony, Dominic and Christian Eriksen, most assists in the league, all 3 of them. Chances created, we've got 2 in the top 3. Bruno, cross completion, 43%. De Ligt, 141 interceptions. We've got a fantastic team. So looking at the league scores, then we do lose to Man City in the first game after the window, 3-2, but then we go on a little bit of a run. 6-0 battering of Bournemouth. We draw with Liverpool. 4-1 battering of Tottenham. We do lose 5-1 to Arsenal. What in the world? We have a clear month in December, dispatching Chelsea there 3-1. Tottenham 4-2. We do lose to Wolves, but we do beat Chelsea once again. 6-0 against Watford there to go along with that 8-1 victory at the beginning of the season. 7-1 against Brentford. Wow, it's just phenomenal, isn't it? We do smash Man City 5-1. Then Villa 5-1 towards the end of the season. And We do lose to Liverpool as well, but only 4 games lost in the whole season. And that is quite remarkable. Alas, the FA Cup grounds to a halt in the 5th round. We do lose to Man City. They get their own back. And yeah, extra time and 112th minute goal by Samuel in the end to really sink us. So disappointing considering we had... We kind of were on top of that game, though, to be fair. We do, however, get to the final of the Carabao Cup, of which we win a trophy number 4. An own goal in the end by Konate, I think it was, sliding on there from a trying to get the ball away, and it just didn't work. And Bruno getting the penalty in the 38th minute to seal the game, really, to be fair. And a nice 2-0 victory over our rivals. Always very agreeable, that is. Along the way, we do beat Sheffield United, Leicester, Villa and Arsenal over the 2 legs 4-0 at home. The Champions League, we topped the group with just the 1 loss, and that was to Lyon 2-0. But we do run away 2 points clear at the top of the table, 11 goals. 6 against. We do beat Dortmund twice, 3-0 and 1-0, and beating Shakhtar in between time 5-2. The first knockout round sees us play against the Super Cup finalists as well, the winners of the Europa League last season, and we smash them 5-0 overall on aggregate, 4-0 at home, making it the tie a little bit more easier for us. The quarterfinals, we're playing another Italian team, and it's Milan, and we smash them 8-3 overall, 3-1 at home, meaning we won 5-2 away. I mean, that's just crazy. Osman with a brace and De Ligt scoring a goal as well. 26 shots to their 8. PSG was slightly harder. We did take away a 4-1 lead over to France. And it was a little bit of squeaky bum on seats time. 4-3 in the end. Very, very tight. And again, a very close call again. Disappointing we didn't manage to score away from home. We still go through to our second final in the Champions League. On the bounce this is as well. And who do we play in the final? It's Arsenal. And we come away with another trophy. Back-to-back Champions League. 2-0 with a goal from Jude Bellingham coming in from deep. And a wonderful finish with that. That goes from, is it just outside the box maybe? Vieira goes in hard on Bruno, but we still come away through Dominic. Dominic passes it through to Osman, and he's just absolutely lethal. I'm interested to see how many goals he gets this season, but that is another trophy. That's trophy number 5. We've literally cleaned up, apart from the FA Cup, we have cleaned up this season. We must be one of the best teams, or the best team in the world. It's insane. What a turnaround this has been. 52 goals by Victor Osimhen in 62 games is absolutely crazy with 9 assists. Rashford with 28 and 15 assists. Bruno 20 and 14 assists. De Ligt getting 14 goals. Eriksen 12 and 8. I mean, it's just insane. These figures are just running through. Anthony 10 and 20. We're just looking so good, and having quality players in the side obviously brings everybody up to the best. And if we have a look at assists, I mean, goals, did everybody get a goal? Not everybody, but some of the youngsters as well. Shortai, he played a game. Willy Kambuala, he played a few games as well, actually. Some of the youngsters coming through. De Gea, he got an assist. De Gea got an assist. Timber as well, 3 assists. Henderson played 10 games. And Casemiro, not getting many game times this time. He is 34 years old, though. These players are absolutely phenomenal. And De Ligt to get 14 goals in his first season with the club. Wow. De Gea, I'm interested in, again, see how well he's done. He still looks very, very world class. He's a veteran goalkeeper now at 35 years old. We couldn't replace him last season, but mainly because there was nobody out there. There was the only other goalkeeper that I really think that could replace him was Donnarumma, and PSG wanted 300 million. It wasn't going to happen. So, I mean, as long as he can keep playing, he's got a solid defence in front of him, he'll be perfect. He does pick up 12 clean sheets there, which isn't brilliant. 20 overall. It's quite disappointing considering the defence that we have got. And Henderson in his 10 games, what did he do? I mean, Henderson's still looking good at 29 years old now. Maybe he should start playing. We don't know. He didn't really play in the league. Just out of interest, what they're giving us next season. £265 million. Is there no end to this money? Just incidentally, let's have a quick look at the debts. Is there any debt? So they've got a £203 million debt left to pay. which doesn't sound too bad really, does it? They're paying just under £1 million a month. We finish on a high. Apart from the FA Cup, we finish on a high. Man City go on to win that after knocking us out. But if you enjoyed this rebuild, please smash that like button. If you're a Man United supporter, how can you not like it? There's something to look forward to in the next 5 years. If it means waiting for year 5 till we win everything, I'm okay with that. As long as we can win some sort of trophies along the way, that would be phenomenal. And if we can get some big players in, that's even better. There's a long rebuild ahead, and I think we're on the right track. So if you enjoyed it, like I say, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already for more rebuilds. Share the video as well. The other good thing, the Glazers are out eventually as well. So again, more things to look forward to. Until the next rebuild, thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.